The ongoing Malibu has been released in late 2015, so it is not exactly what we would call old. However, in order to keep it as fresh as possible, it seems that Chevrolet is already working on an update. The 2019 Chevrolet Malibu has already been spy testing wearing heavy camouflage, and so far it looks like the changes are quite substantial. The car definitely has a different look to it, and with this update, it may also receive a higher performance model. The latter would allow Chevrolet to compete with some of the other cars in their class already offering high-performance versions. On top of that, it would give them a wider market coverage, so the Malibu will definitely start to sell better than before. The car will still be based on the same E2XX platform as before, so no real changes here. This means that the wheelbase, width and overall size of the car will remain the same as before. Some did say that the car's running gear might be revised. Chevrolet currently offers a sport model, but this doesn't go past the looks of the car. However, the 2019 Chevy Malibu might receive a new suspension setup. It seems that it could get stiffer shocks as well as slightly lower springs. On top of that, the car could do with better brakes, especially since a sports model would definitely use them. With the better running gear, the car would likely be able to handle more power, so a new engine is likely too. The price is currently unknown, but we doubt much will change. The Premier will still top the range at around $32,000. A sports version with more power and the revised running gear will likely be cheaper. However, it will also offer less kit than its more luxurious counterpart. It seems that the largest change for the 2019 Chevrolet Malibu is its design. Even though the prototype seen a while ago was heavily camouflaged, we can still see some interesting design features. For starters, in the front, the car definitely has a different grille. The lower part seems to extend lower while the bumper intake seems to be smaller. Also, the headlights seem to be more angular than before, which could suggest a more aggressive design. The rear quarter panels seem to be more muscular than before, which could also suggest a much bigger change than we first thought. The rear is too heavily camouflaged, but we can still see a different trunk as well as a different rear window, which is quite unusual for a mid-life facelift. The sport model is expected to receive an even more aggressive front fascia as well as likely a quad exhaust in the back. The latter has been the norm in the past few years, and we don't see GM overlooking the trend. Here not much is expected to change over its predecessor. In fact, the 2019 Chevrolet Malibu is more than likely going to boast the same design as before. The center stack will remain, but the instrument cluster could change slightly. It seems that Chevrolet might start to offer a fully digital set of instruments which will allow the driver to further customize its experience. This will allow them to improve the driving experience without any compromises. Also, it seems that they might add more features such as better seats for the sports model as well as different upholstery. More safety features are also likely going to be offered across the range, but this time as standard. We expect the usual versions of the 2019 Chevrolet Malibu to stick with the same three engine choices as now. As we said, there are rumors about a probable sports version which could provide more power than the ongoing model. In fact, the current range-topping engine provides up to 250 horsepower and 260 pounds-to-foot of torque, which is less than its main competitors. A tweaked version of the same engine could end up to as much as 290 horsepower, in which case the Malibu would become competitive. The current 6-speed automatic is expected to be discontinued. In its place, the current 9-speed gearbox, available as an option, will be offered, which is both faster and smoother.